So let's put out the survey results on our screens and open this up to conversation. The first question we asked in the NewsX Vikas survey to the people of this country and those surveyed was, how would you rate PM Modi's development performance in 2022? And here are the results. A total of 30%, 30.12% say it was excellent, divided by a majority in rural areas. 22% of that 30% is from rural areas. About 9% of that 32% of that total is from urban areas. A further 41% say very good. 14% say average. Another 14% say poor. And almost everybody has an opinion. Less than 1% of the people don't have an opinion on this matter. So the data that you're seeing on your screens, and I wish we had the final figure, but you can check from the gradation from 0 to 80, 0 to 60 there, that tells you what the final figure is. So the first figure is just over 30%. The second figure is 40%. So the summation of the first part of this data series is that in a country with the number of parties and the scale and breadth, if you get 40% of the votes, you swept the polls. Okay? In specific developmental terms only, just on the Vikas schemes, nothing else, the approval rating for 2022 for the government under Narendra Modi is 70%, either excellent or very good. A further 14%, bringing that total up to 84%, are in the satisfied, very good, excellent category. And only 14% of those surveyed, including those from rural and urban areas, are disappointed by what's happened. And what is remarkable for surveys is generally a lot of people are shy, they don't want to comment. Almost everybody has an opinion. Absolutely remarkable. Before I bring in our guests, let me introduce the second question we asked in this NewsX Vikas survey. Which do you think is the most useful scheme under PM Modi's government? And we gave people a lot of options. The options were, is it that Arogya scheme in which you have 5 lakh health insurance? Is it the PM Awas houses? Is it toilets? Is it the water taps? Is it Ujjwala, the gas cylinders? Is it the highways? Or is it something different? Now, here is a very interesting result. Whatever schemes that I could think of to fit into literally a graphic of a survey, you can't put in 30 schemes. People are actually valuing even beyond this other schemes. You know, there is a fertilizer scheme, there are other accident insurance schemes that have come out across the board. You can keep on counting. So the majority of people in this survey, in this case, not the 50% majority, the majority in terms of those who picked a scheme, 23% feel the schemes not even listed in this survey are of value. But on a breakdown of this current thing, Ujjwala has the biggest thumbs up. 16% people felt that that's the best scheme. Another 16% people felt that highway development has been the best. 13% think that the 5 lakh Arogya health insurance has been the most useful scheme. About 10% feel that the houses under PM Awas Yojana is the most useful scheme. Another 10% feel that the toilets is the most useful scheme. And 8% have said that the water taps are the most useful scheme. So this is a question put out to those who have been polled in rural and urban areas of which scheme do you think has been the most useful for you. We've listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 development and infrastructure related schemes, and we've left an option as number 7 of something else. Something else, even beyond this, has got the highest number of preferences, and amongst the 6, it's been some of the hallmark schemes which have been, for those people, this is the most important impact building, life changing scheme in them. I will repeat once again. 13% for them, that 5 lakh health insurance against the Arogya scheme has been most useful. For another 10%, the houses under Awas Yojana has been the most useful. So I'm assuming that the people who are talking about Awas Yojana as their top priority impact scheme are the ones who've received houses or received the transaction, which is about 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees, which you receive in aid to build the house. 10% say toilets So if the toilet is the most important thing in your mind when you're being surveyed like this, which means you've received a toilet, 8% say water taps, 16% say Ujjwala. So it just shows that the Ujjwala scheme, which started much earlier, has had a greater impact from the very beginning. This 16% still think that the gas scheme is the most hallmark scheme, and 16% speak on highways, and we did a ground report from 5 of these spanking new highways just yesterday. Question number 3 that we put in our survey. Has your ease of living, this is something the Prime Minister talks about, ease of living, ease of doing business, something separate, ease of living. Has your ease of living and life improved under PM Modi's term? The categories were yes, a lot, yes, somewhat, it's the same, no, not much. 21% people say that their ease of living and life has improved a lot under PM Modi. A further 39% say it has yes, improved somewhat. So between yes, somewhat and yes, a lot, we are at roughly 60% of a generic approval rating. Okay, I once again repeat to you, in a general election, which has a lot of other things, factors that go into it, a 40% vote share in a very large and complicated country like India for one political party under one particular leader is the hallmark target which you want to achieve. The approval rating for 2022 under PM Modi's term currently stand at 60%. Okay, 27% say is the same, little or no change. 14%, of which 10% in rural and 4.5% in urban, from the breakup, 13.6% is the total, say it's not improved by much. Okay, so the approval rating is 60% in this question. The next question that we put to our viewers was, when it comes to record in delivering, PM Modi's record in delivering his schemes. One is to make a promise, announcement, statistics, fund allocation, and one is to deliver those schemes. Now, we spoke to the mantris, 12 of whom we interviewed last week, okay? And they are rattling off that, our Awas Yojana, if we had these 2.3 crore houses, we've already built 1.5, taps is at 80%, they rattle off the statistics. So we did the ground reports, which you've seen through the course of the day yesterday, and you will see through the course of the day today. But what's the perception amongst people? Now, in perception terms, how would you rate PM Modi's record in delivering on Vikas schemes? 21% say excellent delivery record. 37.5% say very good delivery record. 20% say, 19% say it's an average delivery record as a subtotal, and it's only and almost everybody has an opinion, which is again very rare, and it's just about 13% who say that the delivery record has been poor. So in terms of delivery, average or above, that is 87% of those surveyed are saying that there is an average, very good or excellent delivery record, not the scheme planning, the delivery of the schemes. And this is borne out by some of the ground reports, because again, surveys of the people, ground reports is actually on camera people saying, okay, doesn't make a difference where, which locality, which state, opposition rule, BJP rule, double engine, no double engine, Muslim area, Muslim family, Hindu family, doesn't make a difference. We've spoken to all of them. And you get through the course of today, the telecast to follow, get to hear some of those people speaking as well. The last question we put in the survey, and this is a long-winded one, so we're breaking this up into, for the ease of you watching at home, breaking this up into 2 separate graphics. This is forward-looking, okay? So what should be the development priority areas going ahead? Forward-looking, People's Pulse as an advisory to government, ministers, state and centre. The options were roads, railways, health infrastructure, electricity, 5G, high-speed internet, toilets, clean rivers, others, or none of the above. Now, once again, the very interesting statistics here is, let me go with the ones on your screens. 19% of people, and this is of all the categories I've listed, the highest amount, say roads, roads, roads. 19% say going ahead, focus on roads, roads, roads. This is the highest category. 6% are saying focus on railways. 15% say focus on health infrastructure. Just 8% are saying electricity is the biggest priority going ahead. Less than 2% are saying it's 5G or high-speed internet, which gives you a very interesting pulse of how, we who take a lot of things for granted, for a lot of people, the sadak outside your house, the water, the electricity, the local compounder, the local clinic is still the priority before we get into these high-tech areas. So just less than 2% say that the focus above all of this, above the roads, above the thing, should be on 5G. Above all of it. Number one focus is the question here. 6.5% say toilets still needs to be a focus. Okay? So the less people who say that toilets is the focus, the better your delivery is. Because if everybody is talking about toilets need to be focused, which means that the toilet delivery is actually poor. If within 2024 the toilets are actually delivered, whatever 10 crore toilets that have to be built, you should see this statistic next year when we come back and do it go down. Okay? About 11% people, again a high category, is cleaning of rivers. This is something which is gargantuan. It is huge. It's much easier to build a road than it is clean the Ganga, no doubt about it. Okay? So 11% still say this is the roads that are priority. And once again, if we flip this graphic to bring on the next set of categories, as I've mentioned, almost everybody has an opinion. Only 2% don't have an opinion on this matter. Okay? 32% still have other priorities. Okay? Now I'm going to have to do another survey to now figure out. So in the categories given, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories given, which are specific categories, which is what we could think of as important categories. 32%, 31.87% still say there are other priorities which should be the focus 2023.